Even though Goa is a very small state, we see a varied topography in each taluka. In Perne Taluka, we find plains, fields, small hillocks, beaches, and small rivulets. Perne Taluka has a rich cultural heritage, and one of the main elements of the cultural heritage are the folk dances.
गोंयचे दोन महत्वाचे लोकोत्सव जाका आमी म्हणूं येता ते म्हळ्यार एक पयलो शिगमो आनी दुसरें धालो. शिगम्याक फक्त दादले भाग घेतात आनी धालांत फक्त बायलो भाग घेतात. फुगडी हो वेगळो उत्सव न्ही, फुगडी ही धालांचोच एक भाग.
Fugdi is a dance whose participants are only women. Before dancing, they light a lamp before the Tulsi Vrindavan and invoke the deities to come to the mand. The invocation is followed by the singing of verses which speak of how the deities agree to descend to the place, bringing along with them blessings of vermilion, flowers, bangles, and a sari for the women. The gods also assure them that they will have a happy union with their husbands. The Kalshi Fugdi is probably an offshoot of the Fugdi. The tapping of the bangle-laden hands against the copper vessels, known as Kalshi in Konkani, is a must-see for any visitor to this state.
कळशींत जेन्ना आमी फूग घालतात म्हळ्यारूच कळशी ही महिलेच्या और बायलेच्या गर्भाचें एक प्रतीक आनी त्या गर्भांत प्राण फुकप म्हळ्यारूच कळशींत फुकप, कळशी फुकप आनी ती फुकत फुकत फुगडी घालप.
The pot was an inseparable part of the daily village routine. Used to water the vegetables and collect water for domestic purposes, the Kalshi came to occupy an important part of their lives. The story of how the Kalshi Fugdi came about goes back to the time when women covered huge distances to fetch water. This arduous journey was made bearable and enjoyable as the idea of mixing fun with work caught on. With a pot in hand, they probably devised a dance sequence which today is known as the Kalshi Fugdi.
आदली जाणटी म्हणटाली अगो कळसो कित्याक तो रिकामी सांडला तो भरून दवर. तेन्ना आमी म्हणा कित्याक आई, तर ती तिच्या आईन जें सांगलां तें ती आमकां सांगताली की कळसो सदांच भरलेलो आसूंक जाय की घरान लक्ष्मी येता आनी मागीर ती रातची सारण कयर अशी करता म्हणजे एक स्त्रीच्याच रुपानूच ती वावरता अशी देवी तें आमकां कळना.
To understand the Fugdi better as a dance routine, you have to be familiar with the folk life of the people. The dance formations include actions of washing clothes and glimpses into the lives of the women. The typical pattern is two women holding each other's hands and spinning their bodies around, which looks like a spinning top from an aerial view. The Fugdi follows a quick rhythm with dancers generally forming circular movements. As the rhythms reach its crescendo, the dancers blow air through their mouth and produce the sound fu, the origin of the fu in Fugdi. In another taluka, Kanakona Taluka, we found a community that also dances the Fugdi, the Velip community. The Velip community sustained themselves mainly on an agrarian lifestyle. Concentrated mostly in remote areas of Goa, the Velips can proudly boast of setting a fine example of living eco-friendly and self-sustainable lives. The harmony which they share with their environs is a lesson urban man can well learn from. The steps of the Velip folk dances are enacted from chores of their daily life. The Fugdi of the Velips differ only in the depiction of the tasks that they do. Being forest dwellers and agriculturists, their folk dances reflect this nomadic lifestyle. Yet in another taluka, Kepe Taluka, we found a third community that also dances the Fugdi, the Christian community. Whether belonging to the Hindu or Christian community, the women usually perform the Fugdi around harvest time. While the Hindu counterparts use colorful saris, the Christians use a checkered red sari with a knot being tied on the right shoulder. A white dupatta is tied around the waist. Since they performed the Fugdi as part of their daily routine, these clothes were used not only for work but also to dance. All the folk dances used to be performed at the Mand. Being a community spot had no religious significance attached to it.
मांड म्हणल्यार आदिवासी लोकांली एकठांय जावपाची स्वात हाका कसलोच धर्मीक संबंध ना. आतां ही स्वात चडशी गांवची मदी आसतली जंय चड दाटी घरां आसात थिंगा. आनीक जे गांवचे सण आसात, जे गांवचे लोकनाच आसात, जावं धालो म्हण, चागोर म्हण, मागीर इत्रूज म्हण, हे सगळे मांडार साकून सुरवात जावप.
The Fugdi actually began as an impromptu dance of the women who interspersed the work of their daily life with moments of gaiety. The Fugdi is just one of Goa's pearls in its priceless collection. It is one dance which has music comprising of words and beats that do not need any accompanying musical instrument, but relies solely on the sounds and rhythms created by the dancers.